Patty from the studio. It's been a while. Summer just was summer, got away from me. And I haven't been out thrifting that much. I have a lot of inventory that I really concentrated on moving through it over the last couple of months, getting ready for the fourth quarter for holidays. And based on last year's kind of shipping delays, a couple of things are going to be changing. The post office, and I'm not sure if other carriers, but the post office is going to be instituting a new surcharge from October to January. And I believe that that is to maybe hire more personnel, because last holiday season, even just people sending gifts, there were tremendous delays. And as a reseller, that puts us in a tough spot. So this year I'm kind of accelerating all my holiday planning, my holiday inventory, sales, to try to get as much pre-holiday buzz going as possible to avoid disappointing customers. I only had a couple of real problems last year, but it's enough that it's frustrating. So I know the post office is doing everything they can. It's not my mail carriers. It's not the people who process my labels or anything like that. It's just last year in particular with the pandemic, I think really changed how people were shopping for the holidays. So with that being said, I haven't been bringing new stuff in. So today I was like, you know what? I need to go see what's out there. My little local church thrift shop reopened. They closed for the summer because it's all volunteers. So I went today, and it was just nice to see my friends, and everybody was happy and healthy, which is great. So I spent a total of $12. And I've researched all my pieces before I did this video. So I'm going to kind of give you an idea of how, if you like to go thrifting or if you're looking around your own house, what's out there. And I'm pretty confident I'm going to turn my $12 investment to over $250 in sales. Let's see how I figured that out and why. Here we go. So here's my little haul, my $12 haul from today. But I think I got some really great pieces that are going to have a really good resale value, and I'll show you what those are and why I picked them up. This first piece here is, I always look in the crafty section for myself, but you sometimes find kits. But this, for $2, is a very large needlepoint / tapestry canvas, 45 by 80. And it's made in France, SEG de Paris. And that accent I know is pitiful, but the colors are really vibrant still. And I looked this up, and this is probably from the 80s, 1980s. And cats, but it's in very good condition. There's some fraying on the bottom. And even if you've ever worked with this type of canvas as a crafter or a needle pointer, you always would bind the edges with masking tape, even just doing it on your own. So this fraying is really not a condition issue. If you know needle pointing, etc., you know that that's not damage. It still has its original tag with the DMC as the floss manufacturer, with the colors and how many strands, and then kind of a color registration guide on the side. So I looked up comps, and the thing about researching items you want to sell, people can list things for whatever they want. I could list this on eBay for $1 million. The listings mean nothing. So don't go by those. You want to look by sold. And you can filter that in an eBay search or in a Poshmark search or WorthPoint if you have a subscription. Sold is what counts. Listed means nothing. So I looked at sold tapestries that were a little smaller than this, and they were being sold for between $40 and $50. So on the low side, I'm going to say I think the value of this is $40. So that's exciting. And it can also be mailed first class. So that saves me shipping costs as well as my buyers. So if I price this at $40 with a first-class mailing envelope, for a couple of bucks, maybe $3, I think that's a great investment for me and my buyer. The ladies who work at the thrift store are just like the nicest ladies. And I'm sorry all this other stuff's around. I have so many projects going on, but that's my story. Anyway, the lovely ladies who work at the store know I'm a crafter, so they gave me this collection of flannel material. So that was, for me, free. 0. It's just so sweet. I love when stuff like that happens. It makes me happy and it makes me feel good. Now, the infamous Corning Pyrex Myth. You'll see articles or you see people saying, oh my gosh, my grandmother's Pyrex casserole dish sold for $8,000. That's not true, people. It's a myth. It's not true. There are some pieces that are valuable. Nothing is selling in those numbers. So anyway, for $3, I picked up this vintage covered butter dish. And even though it's taped up, I looked and it's not going to pull any of that paint off. I believe this is the snowflake garland pattern. And it has to be cleaned, but there's no chips or cracks from what I could tell. And, these pieces are, easier to ship. A lot of people are looking to fill in pieces they might be missing in their own collection. So when I looked at comps, selling comps for this, it goes for about $22 to $24. And again, it's not so heavy, it's not huge, easy to ship. So $3, I plan on turning into $24. Next up is this little vintage, it's like a lightweight, almost particle board with a laminated little print on it. I had these in the past and they sold really well and really quickly. It's got a little wear. There's a patent pending on the hanging hardware, which I'll just look up. But based on what I've sold in the past and what I looked at from a selling comps, I can maybe get about $12 for this. And this was in the free bin. They have a big bin in the back of the thrift shop, free stuff. I always look through that. It's like dumpster diving, but much nicer. So I think a zero investment for $12, not bad. Then these two little mini chopping boards, 50 cents each, total of $1. And they're that melamine type of material. The boards themselves are made in Italy, but then it's based on an artist, Jill Butler, Sisson Imports. And it's the Rendezvous collection. Again, I have to kind of clean them. They're a little dirty, but no damage, vibrant. So these were $1, and I think together I can get about $22. And she's a pretty prolific artist, and they're just really cute. Nice for apartment dwellers, small kitchens. You can even just hang them as decor or use them as an actual chopping board. So I think $1 into $22 is my plan. Then this print. Now, I have to unframe it. I didn't go that far into my research. However, I picked it up. Again, this was in the free bin. Frame is nothing special, but, excuse the reflection, it's signed Eileen David, 1986, Muir Woods, which is National Park or whatever you call it in Northern California. So I Googled the artist, and she is a Northern California artist, does pen, ink, and pencil sketches. So I knew based on the signature and based on the style, it was definitely hers, but I don't know if this is an original or a lithograph print. I'm thinking a print. Doesn't look that old, but I'll undo the back carefully and see if I can get more information. But this was, again, in the free bin, And based on her other prints of this size, I'm anticipating a value of 20 bucks. Next up, whoop, there goes the chopping board. Oh, and this was my IKEA hack. There's an earlier video on that. Then this little cheese knife set, you know, no fancy brand name, but it's great. Christmas is coming. Never used. 4 pieces, $3 in its original box. And then my husband actually has zip ties. So we had 4 red ones. So I'm going to redo, this one is still not even unzipped yet. So I'm going to repackage them so they don't fly around when I ship it, and they'll look even more desirable, I think. So that's nice for the holidays, and it kind of gives a description of each one and their use, and it's not vintage at all. You know, it's got Facebook and Pinterest, designed in Australia, made in China. Oh, 2019. Okay. I mean, I knew it wasn't by the old tag, but in looking at similar sets by this company, I'm anticipating a $25 sell-through. So I want to get these, like I said, with the holidays, I want to get this done ASAP. This one, I have to tell you, I'm very excited for, and I'll tell you why. Okay, it was $3, and it was in a pile of artwork, and I always check artwork. Whatever thrifting store I go to, I love looking at artwork, and I've been very lucky with some of my pieces, and I think this one could be a big winner. Okay, so it's $3, and I look in the back too. It's like very dusty, but it's not, you know, a Michael's frame. It has some age to that backing, but I'm not undoing it yet. But when I first saw it, I just thought it caught my eye because it was sweet. Again, like a wintry scene, and if you can't really tell, but the paper has a texture to it. So my first thought is that it is original. It's very hard to duplicate that kind of texture in just a lithograph or a print. Okay. I just thought it was very sweet, wintry scene, children. Oh, and it's signed. Isn't that nice? Well, I Googled this artist, and if this is an original, and I'm pretty sure it is, just based on what I see through the glass. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. I think it's an original. And similar sizes by this artist, original prints, go for $125 and up. So I'm just going to say low side, 125 bucks on a $3 investment. So I'm just really excited, and I just thought it was very sweet. Good time of year to sell this. And again, everything indicates this is original. We shall see, but this made me so happy. Because A, obviously it's a nice flip. Number 2, it's not going to end up in a landfill. Somebody donated it for whatever reason. And this way, yeah, I might make some good money on it. And somebody might own this piece that makes them happy, and they hang it up so it doesn't languish in a thrift shop or get thrown away eventually. So that's makes me happy. So that's how I think my $12 thrift haul today is going to bring me over $250 in sales. What do you think? You think it's going to happen? Leave a comment, subscribe and like, hit the bell. And I'll see you later from the studio. Bye.